Assalamu alaikum. I am Amiyo Bhattacharjee. Today I will take mathematics class of class 8. Dear students, I hope you all will cooperate. You are required to take out your copy, pen, geometry box and also book. Thank you very much. So let's start. Suppose you are given a math like this. I am writing the math here. At first I start from algebra. Number 1, 2x square minus 3x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, this is given. Now you have to find x minus 1 by x equals to what? Number B, x4 minus 1 by x4 equals to what? Number C, prove that 8x to the power 6 minus 63x cube minus 8 equals to 0. So dear students, let's start doing the math. At first, what is given? Can you see? Question number A. What is given? Pay attention. Given, you start. Given 2x square minus 3x minus 2 equals to 0. You see it is x. Okay, how I can get x only? And it is again 1 by x. How I can get 1 by x? You have to pay attention. You have done a lot of maths like this. Okay, normally if the math was like this, x square minus 3x, suppose minus 1 equals to 0. Suppose the math was like this, then what you would do? Okay, well, you would do that every term of both the sides is to be divided by x. In this way you did a lot of maths, right? In this way you did a lot of maths, but you see the difference here. There is twice x. Okay, but here it is 1. That means we have divided by 1x. Okay, we have divided by 1x. Though it is not necessary to mention that 1x. But here in this math we have 2x square. Then what is to do? We have to divide all the terms of both the sides by twice x. Okay, let's do. We divide 2x square by 2x minus 3x by 2x minus 2 by 2x equal to 0. That means I have divided all the terms by twice x. If we divide 0 by something, then the result is 0. So it's not necessary. And for your kind information, here x is not equal to 0. Anyway, then what we get here? We get x minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by x equals to 0. That means we are getting x minus 1 by x equals to 3 by 2. So we have got our answer. Our answer is 3 by 2 we have got. Okay, so I am write down here the answer is 3 by 2 I have written here. Okay, for your kind information, this type of math has been given in your JSC examination for several consecutive years. So you should pay attention doing this math. If you have failed to understand, you can please let me know. I am going to see your comments. Dear students, you please don't remain engaged among yourselves by chatting. Okay, you should chat on exam oriented, on your topic oriented, on your lecture oriented, on your class oriented. Okay. Now, question number B. Question number B. At the beginning of question number B, we just write down from A. You write down from A we have got x minus 1 by x equals to 3 by 2. That's good. Here a to the x to the power 4 minus 1 by x to the power 4. So what will we need? We need x. What is there? A to the power 4 minus b to the power 4. Suppose it is a square plus b square. Have you seen? It is a plus, okay, I am writing again, a square minus b square like this. Is it? Again it is a square plus b square. It is a plus b. It is a minus b. That is, we have to find three values. Unfortunately, we have got only one value. This value is given. Then what is to do? We have to find this value. We have to also find this value. So these two values are to find at first. Okay. Then I will go for doing this math. Before going to this math, I am going to find the value of this and this part. Okay. Okay. Pay attention. Write down. We know x plus 1 by x whole square is equal to a plus b whole square is equal to, what is the corollary of a plus b whole square? Is equal to a minus b whole square, then plus 4ab, right? Plus 4ab. It is really very easy for your time. That is, a plus b whole square is equal to a minus b whole square plus 4ab. This is the normal corollary that you have been reading it from class 7. Okay, that's good. Now what is the value of x minus 1 by x? This is the value here, 3 by 2. 3 by 2 whole square plus 4. You can give the side note by putting the values. You can give here the side note by putting the values. Okay. Now just calculate it. That is 9 by 4. 9 by 4 plus 4. That means get LCM 4. This is 9. This is 16. So we are getting 25 by 4. That means x plus 1 by x is equal to root over 25 by 4. We have to get root over 25 by 4. Root over 25 by 4, that means 25 by 4. You see, there was a square sign here. Now there is no square sign here. That is equal to 5 by 2. So we have got another value, x plus 1 by x equals to 5 by 2. We are writing here x plus 1 by x have been got as by 5 by 2. Okay. Okay, we have got this value. Now you see what I told you at the beginning of the question number B, that I have to write again x square plus 1 by x square, x square plus 1 by x square. It is also really a very easy corollary, that you can use this value or you can use this value. It is up to you, and there is no obligatory that you have to use this or you have to use this. Okay, it is up to you. You can opt. Okay, so a square plus b square is equal to what? A plus b whole square minus twice ab, right? Very easy and simple corollary. Then we have got already 5 by 2. This is 5 by 2 whole square minus 2, that is 25 by 4 minus 2. So we are getting here 4 LCM, right? So 25 minus 4 to the 8, that means 17 by 4. Okay, 17 by 4. So we are again writing here that we have got a value. We have got a value x square plus 1 by x square equals to 17 by 4. I have written here. Okay. Now you please write down the given expression of the question number B is that now x4 minus 1 by x4 is equal to what? X square whole square minus 1 by x square whole square, that is a square minus b square formula is to be applied here. A plus b into a minus b. Very easy and simple formula, the easiest formula in the book. That is, we can write here again x square plus 1 by x square. You see, it can be written as a plus b into a minus b. Okay, now we can put the value as I told you. X square plus 1 by x square equals to what? I wrote here 17 by 4. This is 17 by 4. I have already written here 17 by 4, right? Now x plus 1 by x equals to what? X plus 1 by x equals to 5 by 2. 5 by 2, and x minus 1 by x equals to what? 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Now use your calculator. 3 17 is 51. 51 into 5. 5 1 is 5. 5 5 is 25. That is 255 by 2 to the 4. 4 4 is 16. That is our answer. So we have got our answer, right? We have got our answer. Answer is 255 by 16. Any question from you? Okay. Any question from you, please? You can talk to me if you do have any question. Okay, not a matter. Now I am going to do another question from algebra. You please see. The question is that suppose 6x square minus 15x minus 1 equals to 0, and you are given like this. 3y plus 1 by 2y is equal to 4. Okay, the question is given like this. So okay, just I'm sorry, I am changing the digit, please. It is, you write down 2 because there is a similarity 2 and it is here 3. I am giving a little bit hard. Okay, is it? Question number A. Question number A. What is the value of 2x minus 1 by 3x equals to what? Question number B. What is the value of 8x cube minus 1 by 27 x cube equals to what? Question number C. 3y minus 1 by 2y equals to what? Okay, these questions are given to you. Can you do it? Who can do this math? I want to see who can do this math. Is there anyone here to do this math? Okay, you can, I know, because our Honorable Supremo Sir did a lot of maths on this, so you all can do that, I know. Even after that I am doing. Question number A. Question number A, it is given 6x square minus 15x, okay, is it, minus 1 equals to 0. It is given. Write down given. Given. Now you see what is there, twice x, and here it is thrice x. That means it is 1, so I have to divide by thrice x. It is 1, so if I divide by 3x, then we can easily get 1 by 3x, right? So I am going to divide all the terms of both the sides by thrice x. You write down how to do it. 6x square by thrice x minus 15x by thrice x minus 1 by thrice x is equal to 0. I have divided all the terms of both the sides by thrice x. That means we are getting here, it is 2x, it is what, minus 5, it is what, 1 by thrice x equals to 0. That means twice x minus 1 by 3x is equal to 5. That is the answer. We have got the answer, right? So its value is 5. I have got. Okay. It was really very easy for you. The math is really very easy for you. You can do it. Okay, just you have to think one thing, that it is what, 1 by 3x. Okay, so this is 1, so it's the best way to divide all the terms by thrice x, and you have seen that you have got 2x minus 1 by 3x as by 5. Okay, now we are going to question number B. Question number B, you write down question number B. From A, at first you have to write from A, we have got twice x minus 1 by thrice x is equal to 5. You have to write at first this. Now therefore the given expression, that is to find the given expression 8x cube minus 1 by 27 x cube, its value is to find. It's okay, not a matter. You write down 2x whole cube minus 1 by 3x whole cube. Okay, a cube minus b cube corollary. A cube minus b cube, its corollary is what? Its corollary is a minus b. You see, a minus b whole cube, right? Then what comes next? A minus b whole cube, then plus 3ab. I have written a minus b whole cube plus 3ab. We are not done yet. Then we have again a minus b, right? A minus b. So I have written a cube minus a b cube, its corollary is a minus b whole cube plus 3ab into a minus b. Now you can easily put the value of 2x minus 1 by 3x as by 5. Now you put the value, it is what? It is 5. It is 5 whole cube plus, you see, 3 omitted, x omitted, right? Though in the exam hall you are not required to cancel like this, it's my strong recommendation not to cancel anything like this. Okay, that's good. So we are left here what? 2, and its value is what? 5. You can write here by putting the values. It is 125 and it is 10. So 125 plus 10 equals to what? 125 plus 10 equals to what? 135. Okay, okay, again I am going to question number C. C of this is question number 2. Now going to question number 2C. You see, question number 2C, you see, here it is twice y, but here it is thrice y. So there is a difference, right? It is a little bit contradictory. So please pay attention. Here what is given? 2y plus 1 by 3y equals to 4. Okay, that means we can get LCM here 3y. So what we are getting? 6y square plus 1 equals to 4. Now 6y square plus 1 equals to what? 12y. Now you see what is given here. It is here 2y and here it is 1. So I have to divide all by 2y. Have you got me? What is there? 2y. Okay, and here it is 1. So I have to divide by 2y. Then if I divide by 2y, you see 6y square by 2y plus 1 by 2y is equal to 12y by 2y. Okay, that means we are getting here 3y plus 1 by 2y is equal to 6. Okay, we have got this value, but here it is minus. Then what is to do? You write down, therefore 3y minus 1 by 2y whole square is equal to what? A minus b whole square corollary. Its corollary is a plus b whole square minus 4ab. 4ab. A minus b whole square equals to what? A plus b whole square minus 4ab. Okay, that's good. Its value is what? Its value is given as by 6. That is 6 whole square minus 4 into, oh I'm sorry, this 4, this is y will be omitted. 2 into 4, that is 2, that is 6. So we are getting 30, right? Putting the values. Therefore we can write down here 3y minus 1 by 2y equals to root over 30. Okay, dear students, I did not do question number C of 1. So can you do it, or I will do it? Question number C of 1. Here the math is done. Okay, now question number C of 1. question number C of 1. Okay, what was given? 2x square minus 3x minus 2 equals to 0. That means here we can write 2x square minus 2 equals to 3x. Okay, now you just mark it as equation 1. Then we can write here 2x square minus 2 whole cube is equal to 3x whole cube. Side note can be given like you this, cubing both sides. What I have written, cubing both sides. Okay, now a minus b whole cube, a corollary of a minus b whole cube is that, you pay attention, corollary of a minus b whole cube, that is a cube, right, minus b cube, a cube minus b cube, then minus 3ab, right, a cube minus b cube minus 3ab into a minus b into a minus b, okay, is equal to 27x cube. What I have done actually, I have just put the corollary of a minus b whole cube is that a cube minus b cube minus 3ab into a minus b. Now in number 1, equation number 1, we have got its value as by 3x. Okay, it will be used here. Now you write down 2x square whole cube means what? It is 8x cube, 8x to the power 6, right, minus it is what, 8 minus 2 to the 4, 3, that is 12x square. And what is its value? Its value is given in equation number 1 as by 3x. Write down into 3x, that is 27x cube. We can give a side note putting the values from 1. We can give a side note putting the values from equation 1. In equation 1 we have got 2x square minus 2 equals to 3x, and here in the last line we have put that value, that is 2x square minus 2 equals to what, 3x. Now what you are getting here, 8x to the power 6 minus 8 minus 3 twelves of what, 36 x square, here x, so it will be x cube, and this 27 x cube in the right hand side, if it is taken to the left hand side, then we will get minus 27 x cube is equal to 0. I am extremely sorry dear students, actually due to technical problem I had to stop. Please copy this math. I think all of you have copied it. Okay, now I am going to geometry. Okay, suppose this is a right angle triangle. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. What normally comes, that I told you, if it is 3 centimeter, if it is 4 centimeter, then we will get it is as by 5 centimeter. Okay, Hello, hello. হ্যাঁ, আমি চালু করছি এবার। Okay, I'm sorry. Suppose this is 3 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, then it is equals to what? 5 centimeter. This is called the application of Pythagoras theorem. That means this 3 square plus this 4 square will be equal to 5 square. Okay, this is the basic thing. Okay, actually what comes here, it is that, you please pay attention here. Suppose this is a right angle triangle, you see. So this is 3 centimeter, means we can draw a square here. Okay, a square can be drawn. This is 3 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter. That means it is 9 centimeter. Its area is 9 centimeter. Suppose it is 4 centimeter. That means we can draw a square here. A square can be drawn, and you know, if the length of one side of a square is given, then it is possible to draw a square. So it is 4, that means it is 4, it is 4, it is 4. So what is its area? Its area is 16 square centimeter. Then suppose if we draw a square like this here, the largest square for this triangle, okay, then it is 5, it is 5, it is 5, it is 5. So its area is what? 25 square centimeter. Actually what comes here, you see here, this is 9 centimeter. You see, this is 9 centimeter, this is 16 centimeter. 9 plus 16 equals to what? Equals to what? 25. Have you seen? 9 plus 16 equals to what? 25. From here we can write 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. These are called Pythagorean points. That is 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. These are called Pythagorean points. Another example can be given. 5, 12, 13. 5, 12, 13 are called Pythagorean points, and they are the prime points. Okay, because 5 square plus 12 square is equal to what? 13 square. You see, 25 plus 144, that is 169, equal to 13 square. Okay, and what? 724, you can write here 7, 24, 25. They are also prime points. 7 square, what? 7 square, that is 7 square plus 24 square equals to what? 25 square. Okay, now what I am going to show you is that I have got suppose this is a Pythagorean point. Okay, now if I multiply it by 2, then what will be given? It will be 6, 8, 10, right? 6, then it is not prime, because it has 2 can be taken common from all the 3 points. It is not a prime points. That means, it means that suppose this is 6 centimeter, this is 8 centimeter, it means it will be 10 centimeter. Okay, and there is a way to determine this value. Suppose to determine the length, suppose this is ABC, this 10 is not given, this 10 is not given, then just can you tell me what is the Pythagoras theorem here? The Pythagoras theorem is here, BC square is equal to what? That is hypotenuse square is equal to what? AB square, right? AB square plus AC square. Is it? So what is AB? AB means what? AB means 6 square. What is AC? AC means 8 square, right? Then we get 36, and here 64. 36 plus 64 equals to what? 100. So we can write here BC equals to root over 100. That means 10. So it is 10 centimeter. It is 10 centimeter. This is the way how you can find any side of a right angle triangle if two sides are known. Okay. Again we can see, suppose again we can see the math like this. If we multiply this 3 4 5, if it is multiplied by 3, then we get 9, 12 and 15. Okay, it is also called Pythagorean points. It is also called Pythagorean points. That means suppose it means 9, 12, or 12, this is 9, this is 12, it will be 15. In this way you can multiply it by 4, 5, 6, 7, anything, by anything you can multiply it. This Pythagoras theorem again, it is used here. Okay, this Pythagoras theorem again it is used, you see please, suppose it is a rhombus. Okay, now all the sides are equal, it will be like little bit this. Okay, you name it A, B, C, D. ABCD is a rhombus here, right? Now this is the diagonals. Okay, what is the formula in your exercise 8.1, the theorem number 5? What is the formula? That the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. That means it is right angle. It is right angle. That means it is right angle. That means it is right angle. That means it is right angle. The most important theorem to be given in the examination. Now my question is that suppose you are given, suppose it is O, name it as by O. Suppose you are given AC equals to, suppose I am writing AC equals to 8 centimeter. Okay, and BD, suppose BD equals to 6 centimeter. Suppose you are given, okay. Now you are told in the exam to determine the area. What is the area of the rhombus? Area of the rhombus, number 1, area of the rhombus. You see, all of us know that area of the rhombus is equal to what? Half into product of the diagonals. That is AC into BD. Very good. Here AC is given, here BD is given. So it's okay. I can put the value 8 into 6 equals to what? 24 square centimeter. I can easily put the find the area of the rhombus ABCD, but it was not my question. What was my question? I am going to show you. You see, suppose if I tell you what is the length of AB. Now can you find what is the length of AB? Please write me, I want to see. What is the length of AB? Write me, I want to see. Okay, you know, as I told you, I have not got any answer from you. No answer from you. Can you please tell me what is the length of AB? Achha, anyway, you see, please pay attention. We know that AO and OC are equal. What we know? AO equals to OC. They are equal, right? But they are 8 centimeters. So we can write that they are 4 centimeter. Okay? That is, it is 4 centimeter. Again, we know that BO equals to DO. BO is equal to DO. What is meant by this? It is total 6 centimeter. That is, it is 3 centimeter. It is 3 centimeter. So it is 3 centimeter. Okay, is it? Now you see what is to find here. We have to find AB. Okay, just you think for a while that it is not given. you think for a while that it is not given. Now you see it is a right angle, right? And it is the hypotenuse. So AB square equals to what? AB square equals to what? AB square is equal to what? It is O, that is OA square, plus this is O, that is OB square. This is the Pythagoras theorem, okay? In a right angle triangle, the a square on hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on other two sides. Then what is OA? OA equals to what? OA equals to 4 square. What is OB? What is OB? OB equals to 3 square. Then we get it as 25. So AB equals to 5. That is AB equals to 5 centimeter. Okay. Now the application of Pythagoras theorem is everywhere. Okay. Almost in all the mathematics in a higher level, the Pythagoras theorem is applied vastly. So dear students, no way but you have to learn Pythagoras theorem. Today I am going to prove the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Write down. Pythagoras theorem by similar triangle. Okay. All of you are required to write down the statement from the book. You write down a statement from the book, Pythagoras theorem, the statement. There is 1.5 a line from the book. In a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. You please write down. Please, time 30 seconds. I am telling you to write down because sometimes it is given in the exam, state the Pythagoras theorem 2 marks. Okay, sometimes it is given in the exam to state the Pythagoras theorem of 2 marks. Okay, so it's my earnest request to all of my students to write down the statement of Pythagoras theorem from the book. Okay, please. Okay, my dear students, I think all of you have written from the book. Now I am going to prove the Pythagoras theorem. Please pay attention. It is actually also given in class 9-10 math books and also in the higher math books. So you please pay attention. Okay. At first, what will we do? You see, we'll draw a triangle like this. You see, a triangle is to be drawn like this. Its name is A, B, C, where it is right angle. Nothing. Very easy and simple. Let ABC you write down. The particular enunciation below the figure, the particular enunciation or so-called proposition is to be written. Write down. Let in a right angled triangle ABC, angle B is equal to one right angle. Angle B equals to one right angle. So definitely AC is the hypotenuse. It is required to prove that it is required to prove that, you see, the hypotenuse square is equal to, AC is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right angle triangle. Hypotenuse is the opposite side of the right angle of a right angle triangle. Okay, so AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. I will try my level best to make it very easy. In your book it is not written so clearly. Okay, so I am trying to make you understand. Okay, have you copied it? You copy it, please. Now go to construction. Now construction. Okay, what will we do? We will just draw a perpendicular from the point B on AC. In this way, you see, what is the way? In this way, a perpendicular is to be drawn like this. I have drawn a perpendicular and we name it, suppose its name is D. Its name is D. Its name is D. I have drawn a perpendicular. Okay, write down, we draw, write down, we draw BD perpendicular, BD perpendicular AC. Very easy and simple. No need to write down from the point B on AC. No, it's sufficient to write down. We draw BD perpendicular AC. Okay. Now please. Now the proof. Write down. Proof. Okay. Okay, these are the steps, and you know, these are the justifications. Okay, dear students, write down step 1. You take that largest triangle here. There are 3 triangles, right? ABC, ABD and BCD. I repeat, there are 3 triangles here: ABC, ABD and BCD. Write down, in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC and triangle ABD, triangle ABD. Okay, that's good. You see, you just tell me angle ABC equals to what? Angle ABC equals to what? Can you tell me please? One right angle. It was written in the particular enunciation that angle ABC equals to one right angle. Please go with me. Hey, go with me. Angle ABC equals to what? One right angle. What the triangle else I have considered here? ABD. What the triangle else here I have considered? ABD. ABD. Have you seen this angle in triangle ABD? I am marking here. The triangle ABD. Triangle ABD, have you seen? In triangle ABD, angle ADB equals to one right angle. Angle ADB. What is the justification? Write down. Equal to one right angle. Okay. For both the triangles, for both the triangles I have got two right angles, right? For the largest triangle ABC, we have got angle ABC as by one right angle, and for this triangle ABD, we have got angle ADB equals to one right angle. That's good. Okay, now you see in triangle ABC, if I take this angle BAC, can I take this angle BAC? Then for triangle ABD, if I write down angle BAD, can you please see these two angles? This angle for triangle ABC, I have taken angle A, okay, that is angle BAC for the triangle ABC. But for the triangle ABD, you see it is also the same angle BAD. Is it? BAD and BAC here, they are the same angle. Okay, so we can write here same angle. The side note here, same angle. Okay. In class 7, perhaps you were taught by our teachers, also it is given in your book. It was given in your book. That is, suppose you see this is a triangle and this is a triangle. Okay, there are two triangles, and it is told that this angle and this angle are equal, right? Okay, and it is also told this angle and this angle are equal. Then what's come to conclude, you know? Then what should be written? What should be written? Can you please tell me what should be written here? Yes, it is that this remaining angle, that is the third angle, is also equal to this remaining angle, that is the third angle. Okay, have got me? This angle equal, this angle equal. So automatically this angle and this angle will be equal. There is also a proof of this. If you want, I can show it. Suppose it is x, so it is also x. It is y, so it is also y. Is it? And we name it. What can be given here? Its name. Suppose it is z. It is z. Suppose, and we are naming here. It is suppose a. It is a. Okay. So and we know this equal. So in this triangle, what is given? X plus y plus z equals to 180 degree. Here x plus y plus a equals to 180 degree. Have you seen? X plus y plus a are here x plus y plus z. Okay, so their right hand sides are equal. That means their left hand sides will be equal. Their left hand sides will be equal. That means we can write here x plus y plus z is equal to x plus y plus a. X plus y are same. That means we are getting z equals to a. Actually, if in two angles are respectively equal, then automatically the third angle or the rest of the angles will also be equal. Now you please come to the point. Can you tell me in triangle ABC which angle is still not considered? I repeat, in triangle ABC I have considered this angle, I have considered angle B, but angle C is not taken yet. So I can write, therefore the remaining angle, the remaining angle, what is the remaining angle there? Angle ACB. Angle ACB is equal to the remaining angle in triangle ABD. Which one is remaining angle? You see, this angle has been considered for triangle ABD, and this angle also has been considered for triangle ABD. Then which angle is not taken yet? This angle is not taken yet. Okay, this angle. And what is the name of this angle? This is angle ABD. ABD. Okay, in class 7 you also read that if three angles of two triangles are respectively equal, then the triangles are called equiangular. But the students have tendency to call it congruent. No, it is not congruent. They are called equiangular. They are called equiangular. That means the three angles of two triangles are respectively equal. So we can write here, therefore, we can write here, therefore, the the triangles, the triangles are equiangular, 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 and if two triangles are equiangular, they are similar. If two triangles are equiangular, then they are similar. If two triangles are equiangular, they are similar. So you can write down so they are so they are similar. Okay, and so they are similar. Now what comes next? What is meant by similar? That's good. Similar, you see, I am going to show you. Suppose this triangle and this triangle, those two are similar. That means they are equiangular, then they are similar. If they are similar, then their corresponding sides are proportional. Corresponding sides means what? Suppose this by this is equal to I am marking here, this by this is equal to this by this. Okay, two triangles are equiangular means they are similar. Two triangles are similar means their corresponding sides are proportional. I repeat, two triangles are equiangular, it means they are similar. Two triangles are similar means their corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, you have come to know it because it was in class 7, right? Now you see, therefore, but my dear students, sometimes it becomes very hard for the teachers and for the students also to determine the corresponding sides. In these two figures, it is really very easy to determine the corresponding sides, but in this figure it becomes very tough. Okay, can you tell me what is the corresponding side of AD? I cannot tell. Perhaps you can, but please look at the board. I am trying to make you understand. Okay, how to find the corresponding sides? You please see here what is given here, angle ABC. You just omit this point. You omit the point B. Then what is left? We are left with AC. Write down AC. Here the midpoint D. You omit that point. So here it is AB. Okay, that is AC is the opposite side of angle ABC and AB is the opposite side of angle ADB, but I will not go for that statement. I just omit this point. Again, you omit here the midpoint A. Please pay attention. The midpoint A has been omitted. So what we will get? This is BC, and here you also omit this point. It is BD is equal to, here in the third line you just omit point C, the midpoint. I am telling you again and again, it is what? AB. You write down AB, and here it will be omitted, that is AD. Dear students, in this line you must give a statement that is called justification. Corresponding sides are proportional. I am writing here, corresponding sides are proportional. I have written here, corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, after that you write down After that you write down that is. The word is that is. That is. Here what we have got in the construction, can you remember? In the construction we got BD. We got BD. Okay. Almost in all the maths this type of situation comes. What we got during construction, we got BD. Can you remember? In the original figure we didn't have BD. So the fraction with BD will not be required anymore here in this math. Have you got me? The fraction with BD. Where is BD? You see this is BD. Okay. This BD, here it is BD. It is not required anymore. It's okay. You see x equals to y equals to z. Can you write x equals to z? Can you write? Yes, we can write. So in this case we will apply this theory, that is, and BD is not required. Okay, that is, we can write AC by AB is equal to AB by AD. Implies that AB into AB, that is AB square, is equal to AC into AD, that is AC into AD. This is equation 1. We are only 1 or 2 lines left, so please pay attention. Similarly, now you write down step 2. Similarly, taking triangle ABC and triangle, now you see this triangle, okay, DBC, or that was ABD, now you write down CBD, triangle CBD. I am writing here triangle CBD. We can prove that. You see, please pay attention here. Please pay attention. Please. For the step 1, what the triangles were considered? Can you remember? ABC and ABD. Okay, for the step 1 I have considered triangle ABC and ABD. Now in step 2, for the triangle ABC, and I am going to write down here CBD. What is the change actually? What is the change? Here it was A and here it was C. Nothing is changed, right? Have you seen? So we can write, when I consider these two triangles, you see these two triangles, I have got AB square. Where is AB? You see this is AB. You see this is AB. For taking triangle ABD, I have got AB square. So for taking this triangle, if I take this triangle, I will get this side. So it is BC square. Write down. It is BC square. Moreover, anyway, I am telling you afterwards. It is BC square is equal to, you see, for both the triangles it has AC. This is AC. Yes, we can write here it is AC. Okay. Now it is AD. Have you seen? It is AD. AD means what? For this triangle it is AD. Okay. For the upper triangle it is AD. So for the lower triangle it must be CD. My dear student, please pay attention. I showed you this. Can you remember, please? You see for A, here for A it is C, B same. Okay, this is the most interesting part that I told you. I repeat, what is the difference here? A and C. So for A it will be C. You understand? It is C or it is A. For A it is C. So for A it will be C. You see this is B, same. Okay, not a matter. Very good. For A it is C. For C it is A. Not a matter. Here for A it is C. Okay, have you seen? For A it is C. Nothing else is difference here. I think you have got me. and this is equation, and this is equation. This is the most important part. Okay, here you may not get it properly. This is equation 2. Now step 3. We will add these two equations. That means we will get AB square plus BC square. I am going to add the two equations. Now if we take AC common from both the equations, if we take AC common, this is AC and this is AC, so AC can be taken common, right? AC has been taken common. Then we will be left with AD plus CD. What has been done here? Equations 1 and equation 2 have been added. Now you please see here, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC. What is AD plus CD? See the figure. AD plus CD. AD plus CD equals to what? AD plus CD equals to what? AC, right? So we can write here AD plus CD equals to what? AC. We can write here, right? Now you just calculate it. That is, we can write here AC into AC equals to what? AC square. Therefore we can write AC into AC, that is AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, so our proof is done. Dear students, some days back, I mean it is about last week, I showed you some extras. Can you remember from exercise 9? Those extras are really very very important. Okay, 1 2 3 4, and about 1 month back I also showed you the extra number 9 10 11. Okay, 9 10 11, and I also gave you a homework question number 6, and I am grateful to you that many of you or most of you just wrote me, okay, or submitted your homework through my email. That was really very nice. I tried my level best to see it, and I gave you a comment. Anyway, this is the most important part. I hope that all of you will do really very very good in tomorrow's exam. Okay, our honorable Supremo sir, he did a lot of maths for you, and he tried his level best to make you understand, and I know that all of you understood very well, and you will do very very good. Now it's your time. If you have any question regarding your tomorrow's math exam, please write me. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, you write me any question regarding tomorrow's math exam, you please write me. Fuad Mahbub, you should ask me the question regarding your math. Okay, not others. That is Labib. Fuad Mahbub, you have written Labib. Someone has written আমি কিছু বুঝি নাই. Someone has written যে কিছু বুঝি নাই. Anyway, but some has written this, sir, it was very very easy. Actually I told you to pay attention. It is Pythagoras theorem. I really tried my level best to make you understand. Anyway, chapter 1 porbo. Chapter 1 is not in your syllabus. Someone has written question is easy or hard. Standard, board standard question. Someone has written chapter 8. Azim sir did a lot of maths from chapter 8. Our honorable Supreme sir also did a lot of maths from chapter 8. What they did, it will be given in your examination. Questions will not be hard, but histogrammer description, that's good question. Histogram description, actually it is also written in the book, But even after that, what for histogram, for drawing a histogram, what is to do? At first we have to write down. Suppose you see, for histogram, what will you do? It is a graph paper. You write down here X, O, in this way. It is Y, is it? Then you have to write here class interval. Suppose it is broken line, you have to write here. It is started from, suppose it is started from 11. Suppose it is 20. I am giving you an example just. So you have to write from 0 to 10. It is broken line, or it may be started from 50. Here suppose it is 60. So 0 to 49, it is your broken line. Okay. Now actually here you have to give in this way. Write down class interval in this way. Okay. And here you have to write frequency. You see how I am writing it. Frequency, you see, frequency. Okay, in this way you have to write here frequency like this, in this way. Then you have to write that it is the origin. You have to take the same graph paper where along x-axis the classes are taken, and along y-axis the frequencies are taken, and you have to write the scaling. Scaling is very important. Along x-axis you have to write here, along x-axis, along y-axis, along x-axis, along y-axis, you have to mention it that along x-axis you have taken length of one side of the smallest square as unit. Can you remember please? Length of one side of the smallest square. You have to write it clearly. You see in this way, along x-axis, okay, the length of the has been taken as unit, in this way. Okay, you can write it has been taken as unit. And along y-axis, you can write also that same thing. You can write, or if you just change, suppose here you can take two sides. Okay, two sides. Then along that, or according to that, you have to write it the length of two sides. Okay, in this way. Any other question from you? স্যার গ্রাফের অঙ্ক প্লিজ দিন না। ফর ইউর কাইন্ড ইনফরমেশন, maths from graph will not be given. You please write down, for your kind information, okay, maths of won't be given. Okay, maths of graph won't be given, but I am telling it for exercise 6.2. It is exercise 6.2. But for drawing histogram, okay, for drawing only a histogram, it is really very easy for you. It is not, graph paper is not needed. You can draw it on a plain two-dimensional paper copy. In this way you will draw it, not a matter. It is very easy and simple. It is not so hard. In this way you will draw and get it, not a matter. You will get full marks. Okay, because without histogram the question becomes incomplete. Okay, but 6.2 maths of graph paper, maths of graph won't be given. Okay, it is a recommendation by your honorable Supremo sir. I have multiplied by 0. Maliat, I have 1900 multiplied by 0 graph paper. I have not got you. Anzumara, thank you. Dear students, no question from graph paper. Our Honorable Supremo Sir already wrote that, dear students, no question from graph paper. Thank you, sir. Okay. If I have chance, I will give 3 answers from chapter 4, 5, 6. Okay. And for your kind information, I think all of you have come to know by this time that from arithmetic you have to answer 2 out of 3. From algebra you have to answer 2 out of 3, and from geometry you have to answer 2 out of 3, and from statistics you have to answer 1 out of 2. Okay, so you have a lot of options. So in the exam you can opt. Okay, opt is a verb here. In the exam you can opt. Okay, so not a matter. Okay, suppose arithmetic, what are the syllabus? Chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay, it is chapter 2, chapter 3. Is it? Algebra, what is the syllabus? 4, 5, 6. 6.2 graph is not. Okay, geometry, what is? 8 and 9. Okay, chapter 10 is not included for the information data, and here it is called statistics. You have only chapter 11. Very easy and simple. I know that all of you will get 70 out of 70. I hope all of you will get 70 out of 70. Okay, the classes taken by the teachers and especially by our Honorable Supremo Sir, you just follow those classes. I think all of you will get full marks. I hope and I pray to God all of you may do the best results. Any other question from you? Sir, if the graph paper is of inches, okay, graph paper, of course, our graph paper is of inch scale, but I told you again and again, no math of graph will be given. Okay, no math from graph will be given. Pie charter kotha bhule gesi. Pie chart, why pie chart? It is the easiest part of pie chart. Pie chart, it is the easiest. Pie chart, it is really very easy. You should have good concept drawing the angle for pie chart. Someone has written এর মানে chapter 4 and 5 থেকে আসবে. Actually I don't want, but actually there will be 3 maths, right? So you have 3 chapters. So here 1 1 1, very easy and simple, right? Is it? Okay, then any other question? Sir, please pie chart diyen naki diyen na, I have not got. No question from graph paper. No question from graph paper. Okay, thanks sir. So pie chart can be drawn without graph paper. For drawing pie chart, graph paper is not needed. We are not telling that graph paper won't be given, or we are not telling that graph paper will be given. Okay, it may be or it may not be. Please give 6.1 graph, sir. 6.1 graph, no, graph paper is not, will not be given. Pie chart, you cannot do pie chart. Okay, someone has written that pie chart is really very easy. Okay, my dear students, even after that, if you have any kind of question, okay, write us in your group. Okay, then we will try our level best to solve it. And thank you. You just remain busy reading or doing maths for tomorrow examination. Okay, I hope this time you all will do in the highest manner. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Best of luck. Bye bye.